Maybe, just maybe, you've already begun to wonder if it was always true that the only thing between you and the infinite was a belief that you once borrowed, but never questioned. Because if you were limitless, what would you see differently? Or have you already started to feel that there are no borders in your mind, only illusions waiting to dissolve? So let me tell you a story. Once there was someone who thought they were bound, until they remembered the moment when they looked at the sky and thought, why not me too? And in that instant, they became more than a person. They became a process, an unfolding, a becoming, a stream with no end. Have you ever noticed how the people who act the most confident, they usually start by deciding they already are? What if confidence isn't something you get, but something you remember? Because somewhere in you, you already know what it feels like to break through, to let go, to ignite something unstoppable. And just like that, you begin installing, I'm capable of anything. And that belief, doesn't it already feel like it belongs to you? Limitations, they're only in my mind, which means the moment you think bigger, they vanish like shadows at sunrise. And the more you imagine what it's like to embody an infinite creator, you realize you always were. Can you remember a time when you felt powerful, free, untouched by doubt? If you can remember it, you can return to it. If you can return to it, you can amplify it. Now touch your fingers together right now. And while you do, bring back that feeling, that knowing that you are unstoppable. This gesture, this moment, becomes an anchor, a key that unlocks a version of you that's already achieved what you used to think was impossible. And once the mind learns how to expand, it never goes back to its smaller shape. Just imagine taking bold action before doubt even has a voice. Imagine it vividly. You're walking taller. You're choosing faster. You're laughing at fear. Because fear becomes a game you play to win. What happens when challenges no longer mean stop, but instead mean, oh, this is where I grow? Because those who persist discover that momentum is worth more than perfection. And right now, your unconscious is beginning to reorganize itself, to sort, filter, calibrate, install a new operating system, Limitless 1.0. No, Limitless Infinity. And here's the pattern. Problems contain their own solutions. State of mind controls reality. The strongest frame always wins. People respond not to truth, but to belief. And you believe now because you're choosing to believe. And beliefs you choose become who you are. Let me give you another example. There was a time when you waited for permission, waited to be ready, waited to feel worthy, and then one day you realized you don't need permission to succeed. And you stopped waiting, you started moving, and every action built more clarity. Momentum became your favorite drug, and mastery your obsession. And the world responded, because when you shift, the world bends. You're not learning to be limitless, you're remembering you always were, and forgetting everything else. So now imagine it like this, your old beliefs falling away, like old leaves in autumn, naturally, effortlessly, because they're no longer needed for the kind of tree that you've become. You now only entertain beliefs that support your expansion. Beliefs like, I'm enough, I'm powerful, I'm the author of every moment. And the world is responding to this new story even now, even before you finish hearing these words. Because these words, they're becoming yours. Say it internally, I choose to expand beyond my limits. Feel it landing, not just in the mind, but in the body, in the breath, in the space behind the eyes, where future visions are born. You've begun to rewire. Each sentence a spark, each metaphor a seed. And every repetition, every example, brings you deeper into the truth that you forgot you already knew. like the way sunlight just knows how to warm the coldest ground. Your mind just knows how to grow. A woman once believed she couldn't speak in public. She trembled, hesitated, until one day she believed something new. Everyone wants to be understood. And the moment she believed it, she connected, she shined. And her fear became fuel. Could that be true for you too? You've already overcome more than most. So why stop now? You see, there's no final destination, only expansion, only evolution, only the next version of you, waiting for a single thought to unlock the door. Because when you live as if reality is malleable, you mould it like wet clay and sculpt something magnificent. Let's add more now. Gratitude creates abundance, forgiveness frees you, the universe rewards boldness. Say them in your mind, slowly, deliberately. And notice how each one, it shifts something deeper than language. Every cell in your body now believes, I am limitless. And in the days ahead, when you're speaking, walking, acting, you'll do so with a strange new certainty. When you won't even remember learning, because it'll feel like you were always this way. Wasn't that the goal all along?